More verifiable evidence on YouTube. The situation with Todd Ryan case. My YouTube channel. Speaking about the situation with Todd Ryan case, and of course getting Chloe Pachovis out of that situation. Chloe Pachovis is also autistic. She also works with autistic youth. The situation she was in was one of the scariest things is she actually went back. So the situation with how scary it was at Todd Ryan cases, yeah, Miss Peaches, aka Miss Kayla Trujillo, verified the situation on my YouTube channel. The situation with Kara Johnson Miles, both Katie Cahill, as well as, God, who else was it that verified it? Shannon Alvarado, of course. There was one other person, though, that verified the situation with Kara Johnson Miles. Now, all of these things, to this day, can still get me a new court date. One of the difficulties that I have, however, is it's been all this time. Many of these people have lost their phones, and many of them have lost their friggin' memories. Too much drinking, too much smoking, and of course, too much being pissed off because I recorded their voices and put them on YouTube. They should have told the truth. The things that they told me, if they didn't tell the truth to the cops and to the courts, it wasn't going to make any difference. What was their excuses for not coming forward? It wasn't going to make any difference. You know why it didn't make any difference? Because they didn't come forward. Not until I had to do extreme things in all of these situations did people actually step up. And that's just insane. That is the stupidest thing ever. Now, I was actually going to start another video finish the last of that Johnny Depp one, but there's a lot of information on here. Alright, so when I talk to you guys about people throwing stuff in my face that they weren't there for and don't know shit about, but they want to fucking pretend, and they were dumb enough to run their mouths without looking on my YouTube channel to see if what they were saying was actually true. Andre Gagasian. Alright, this is a perfect example. Andre Gagasian wanted me to make an engine. See, I was pretty sure that I was going to be getting locked up for a while for shit I didn't do. So I was trying to give away an engine idea I had, and I'll probably take that engine idea to be able to get any usable information out of, as far as that goes, would be Josh Hughes. He understands it fully, and he could probably build you one in about 12 minutes. Okay, moving on. But we have verified on YouTube, right? That's verified, what we can prove. Well, we can prove that the things that were said in my court dates were lies. We can prove the things said by the Bollingers were lies. We can prove the Bollingers repeatedly threatened, harassed, and intimidated me. We can prove that Kara Johnson Miles was, well, not only a perpetrator to me and pretending that she was an autism advocate, she was also a perpetrator to Katie Cahill. Now, Katie Cahill verified herself that she offered to basically be my lawyer. Now, how is she going to be my lawyer if she's not even able to be contacted? If I don't have a phone number to contact her with, I don't have an address to contact her with, how am I supposed to subpoena this woman to court? So is she gaslighting me with the Bollingers? That's the thing about needing to subpoena people to court. If you're supposed to work with somebody who is supposedly a professional, well, you need to be able to have the information to subpoena that person to court. They need to be fucking subpoenaed. Now, how the hell am I going to subpoena Katie Cahill? How the hell am I going to subpoena Megan Misigatis? You see where this is going? I mean, sure, the chances of Megan Misigatis being involved in some sort of massive, crazy plot, I mean, yeah, that's a little far-fetched, don't you think? I think it's a little far-fetched. When people try suggesting stuff like that, I tell them it's a little far-fetched, just like when Zach Richmond wants to tell me it's the FBI. Well, maybe it's the FBI. Maybe that's the reason I'm having difficulties with my phone. And sure, the FBI did commit crimes against me, but they also wrote me or bipolar or I don't know what the fuck, just crazy in general, because that's what they were told. The cops I was trying to turn in and the volunteers I was trying to turn in, and lo and behold, those are the only ones who got hurt, aren't they? They're the only ones that the FBI listened to. They're the only ones that those officers listened to. Dan Faber, he already verified that he did get a call about that. He also wanted to go below the belt and go out of his way to be as mean as possible because, of course, what do I do as always? I post that shit on the internet. If you do something fucked up, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to be loud. So, of course, we got Rick McCormick. Rick acting like a child. In that video, you get to hear Rick screaming at me about how I ripped that guy off about the jet engine. Well, here's the thing. That guy, his name is Andre Gagasian. And I have verification in emails that I have sent out to multiple places just to prove that it's true. This Andre Gagasian guy got a hold of me on a YouTube channel from Maddox Motors. And he wanted the plans to my engine idea. And of course, he had his own idea of what he wanted. And no, he was making it too complicated. Keep it simple, stupid. My designs are, it's partially based on Tesla and partially based on Henri Coanda. Sorry, I can't speak too well. Now, of course, I have a conversation on my YouTube. It's called Gagasian Weaponry, where I have a conversation with Andre Gagasian. The reason for this is because I needed to record it, have actual evidence. People are going to treat me like I'm crazy. It's not every day that you got some guy who wants to use your engine and is willing to send you money. So when he sent me money to get the parts and, of course, to get the tools that were necessary, I bought the tools. And then when I had a conversation with him, you know, he had sent me some emails letting me know he wanted to use it actually to make weapons, to bomb a place called Azerbaijan. And if you guys know anything about that, about, I don't know, a year and a half after that video was made, there was a war in Azerbaijan. Now, the emails between him and I, it's obvious I don't have access to them right now at this moment, but soon enough I shall. It'll probably be after the 1st, because I am fucking flat goddamn broke. But the conversation between him and I is up. And in that conversation, he does admit that he wants to use these things to kill people. Obviously, in that conversation, I go out of my way to make sure I give him wrong information, misinformation, things like that. I mean, basically, I'm just talking stuff that's going to sound almost technically okay, but it's really just bullshit. Most of it's bullshit. I had to drop enough actual science in there, knowing that he was an amateur rocket scientist. I had to drop some stuff in there that he understood. And then I had to explain to it that those dynamics are complete bullshit, because they are. And then I lost him after that. So after I lost him, what he wanted to talk about is his intent and his purpose, which is great. The more I talked, the more he had that nugget in his head, and he wanted to fucking spit it out. And of course, in the emails between him and I, he said if I don't want to have any part of it, now that I know that it's for weapons, that it's okay. He doesn't expect reimbursement for the parts or for the tools. And of course, what did Rick McCormick do when he was streaming in that video? Of course, he wanted to, well, he ain't got a leg to stand on his end. He's bitching about clogged toilets and stuff. I'm having to deal with dead people, so yeah, fuck your toilet. That's his goddamn excuse, a fucking toilet, and that I ripped off some guy who wanted to fucking kill people with my ideas. You're out of your fucking mind, Rick McCormick, and of course, it's verified on my YouTube. The situation with Kara Johnson Miles, I do speak with Shannon Alvarado on that. She does verify the shit with Shannon Alvarado, or with Kara Johnson Miles. And in my screenshots, somewhere buried in all of that is, of course, the screenshots that she sent me. The problem is, of course, going through 10,000 pieces of evidence. Last time I scrolled through the email, you got to see how much stuff that, I was surprised I still had it, I went through that and I'm like, fuck, Dual County Sheriff's Department, got into my computer, got rid of shit, but didn't bother to check my fucking emails? That's funny. Of course, if they would have done that shit with my emails and fucking erased shit in my emails, there would be an electronic record of it. And I'm not saying they absolutely didn't, because there's a possibility they could have. But I haven't found anything in my emails that has disappeared yet. Now we can verify on my YouTube channel that my sister was threatened and harassed more than one occasion. We can also verify on YouTube that the conversations that I had between Natalie and I was very real. The name of that video is Region 2 Veronica Bruce on my YouTube channel. And there's a lady named Mandy Singer who discusses things with me. Now, she has a different take on it, on some of the things, and you can see how she gets quiet in part of it, because I do know some of these people personally, but she knows the experience personally, just not the people. So if there's a variance in there on that, and she gets that look on her face like, are you trying to discredit me? No, there's a little bit of a detail that I know that you don't, and of course that also makes it seem like I'm making excuses for the people who did these things, and that's not true either. But when Mandy mentioned that after we were done with the video, she was like, it kind of makes it seem like you were making excuses for the people who did that for you. I'm like, I love them, they're my friends, I'm not trying to make excuses. When they tell me that shit's going on, I want to believe them. The fact is, if that's what they told me is going on at the time,